Hey y'all, it's Ricky T and I'm coming to you from my dining room here on a beautiful fall day in Beech Grove, Indiana. It's November the 1st, 2024. Fall has finally come. It's like 49, 50 degrees out. It's about 12:30, something like that. Yeah, it's about 12:30 in the afternoon. It's lunchtime, so I've got another food review for you today. Okay, I'm doing Church's Texas Chicken. Now, a few years ago, I did a Church's Chicken review. However, since that time, they have rebranded and they are now calling themselves Church's Texas Chicken. I don't know what that means, but they've rebranded. Supposedly, their chicken is better now. So a while back, I did get some because I hadn't been eating it. I'll give you a little history on that in a minute. And I thought after I had tried it, it was worth doing a review. I used to eat it every now and then years ago, and what I could say at best is it was inconsistent. When they would get it right, it was pretty good. It was pretty good. Not great, but pretty good. However, they were very inconsistent. Sometimes I would go and the breading would be soggy. Not good. Not good at all, especially for what you're paying. Sometimes it would seem like it wasn't really high quality chicken. You know what I mean? Kind of not fresh, not kind of chewy. And sometimes it wouldn't get completely cooked, just off. And so I'm like, for the price, I'll just go get grocery store chicken, as opposed to this. Well, I decided to try it now that they've rebranded it. And so I'm going to do the review today. Now, I will say back in the day, 70s and 80s, it was good. It was real good. You had KFC, which was the gold standard back then. God rest their soul, KFC does not exist anymore in my mind. They've gone that far down. But in the 70s and 80s, I would say Church's was number two. Number two, right behind KFC. And then they fell, and now let's see what's happened now that they've done what they've done. So I'm gonna do a leg and a thigh for you real quick, and let's see what we got, okay? Here you go, here's your leg. Looks beautiful, looks nice and crispy. All right, here we go. I'm a left-hander. By the way, I got the spicy. The breading is very crispy, nice and crispy, beautiful, perfect. The chicken is plump and tender and moist, fabulous. As far as being spicy, it's spicy, but not real spicy. It's got a little bit of spice. When you eat it, you can tell it's spicy. They could actually almost call this a medium and maybe do something a little spicier to be either spicy. But you can taste a little bit of spice. It's on the back end. Definitely on the back end. But yeah, the first bites were fantastic. The chicken actually has a fantastic flavor. There's a little bit of greasiness. You gotta have grease for chicken, but it's not super greasy. But the flavor is really fantastic. So I'm gonna try a thigh right now. First I'll take a bite of the breading. Perfect. It's got some saltiness, but it's not super salty. Crunchy, has good flavor. I can't complain, it's really good. So let's eat a couple of bites of the actual meat of the chicken. You do have to wipe your hands off every time you touch it because it's greasy. Again, not super greasy, but it's greasy. The chicken flavor is just really so good. So Popeyes is my favorite. This does not surpass Popeyes. I would say Popeyes, and I always get the spicy on theirs too. Popeyes just has, while this is flavorful, good and flavorful, I consider Popeyes just, boom, it pops flavor. Boom, boom, it's just very flavorful. This is a step or two below that. So this is very good. This is actually cheaper than Popeyes. It's more than grocery store chicken, but it's cheaper. than Popeyes. And in my case, it's actually a lot closer to home than Popeyes. I've had some service issues with Popeyes. So I can go on the app, order this, pay for it, walk in there, they hand me the bag, and I leave. It doesn't get easier than that. But they've definitely improved the quality of the chicken. It's got good flavor. The breading is nice and crisp and flavorful. A little bit of saltiness, but not too much. It's great, guys. If you haven't had Church's, now I will say Church's is kind of, some people call it ghetto chicken because they're pretty much in like poor neighborhoods, which is no problem for me. I love everybody. Good people. They're just poor. So they're in kind of a poor neighborhood. So if you don't mind going into a poor neighborhood to get your fried chicken, it's cheaper. It's delicious. I love it. I'm going to keep eating this. And until next time, God bless America.